Hey there guys, Ectomaster here again, and I'm bringing you the next in the class, glyphs, specs, talents, all that update, and this one is for the Hunter. I went ahead and I'm going to use one of my very own. This is Victoria. Vicky says hi. And so does Bowser, and that's her Tyrannosaurus Rex. Not her usual companion, mind you on that. No, she usually has the Saber, the Frost guy from... Never mind. Anyways, no one in Sholozar base and the cat. Yeah. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the specializations and talents and the glyphs that they have going for them. Now, I'm not only just going to look at Victoria's, but I'm also going to look at the pet. Because the pet can be one of three as well, which is ferocity, tenacity, and cunning. Whereas the Hunter can be a Beastmaster, Marksman, or Survival. Now, I went ahead and selected Beastmaster because she is. And now Beastmaster, they get Kill Command, Cobra Shot, Arcane Shot, and Bestial Wrath. Marksman gets Aim Shot, Steady Shot, Arcane Shot, and Chimera Shot. And then Survival gets Explosive, Cobra Shot, and Black Arrow and Trap Mastery. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the talents, and I haven't set any of them up yet. So first and foremost, we're going to look at level 15 talents. So you get Post Haste, which is your disengage, frees you from all movement impairing effects, and increases your movement speed by 60% for 8 seconds. Narrow Escape. When you disengage, you also activate a web trap that encases all targets within 8 yards in sticky webs, preventing movement for 8 seconds. And then Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chimera reduces the cooldown of disengage by 10 seconds and the cooldown of deterrence by 60. Now, I'm probably going to be yelled at my brother for any of this, so I'm not really going to select any. My brother is a Hunter Master Extraordinaire, and therefore I'm not going to do anything to really piss him off. And yes, I do care, because he might see this video and come over and go, "You're an idiot. God, what are you doing?" Alright, so, level 30 talents. You have Silencing Shot, which is probably the only one I'm going to take. A shot that silences a target and interrupts spellcasting for 3 seconds. Wyvern Sting, a stinging shot that puts the target to sleep for 30 seconds. Any damage will cancel the effect. When the target wakes up, the sting causes 2,739 nature damage over 6 seconds. Only one sting per hunter can be active on the target at a time. And a Binding Shot. You fire a magical projectile tethering the enemy and any other enemies within 5 yards of the landing arrow for 10 seconds. If targets move 5 yards from the arrow, they will be stunned for 5 seconds. 3 seconds for PvP. And will be immune to the effects of Binding Shot for 10 seconds. Like I said, I like Silencing Shot, so... Level 45, you get Exhilaration, instantly heals you for 30% of your pet, 30%, and your pet for 100% of total health. Aspect of the Iron Hawk. The hunter takes on the aspects of an Iron Hawk, increasing ranged attack power by 10% and reducing all damage taken by 15%. Only one aspect can be active at a time. Replaces Aspect of the Hawk. Just for a comparison, Aspect of the Hawk, the hunter takes on the aspects of a hawk, increasing ranged attack power by 10%. Only one aspect can be active at a time. So that does increase it by, well, ranged attack power by 10% and reducing all damage taken by 15%. So it does kind of buff Aspect of the Hawk. And then Spirit Bond. While your pet is active, you and your pet will regenerate 2% of total health for every 2 seconds. Ugh. Which is actually something that's already, it's a talent that is in the Beast Mastery skill. I know it for a fact because I do have it. It does kind of help with Vicky. Now, level 60, you have Fervor. Instantly restores 50 focus to you and your pet, and an additional 50 focus over 10 seconds. Then there is Readiness. When activated, this ability immediately finishes the cooldown on all hunter abilities with a base cooldown less than 6 minutes. And then Thrill of the Hunt. You have a 15% chance when you fire a ranged attack that costs focus or kill command to cause your next ranged attack that costs focus or kill command to be free. Now, level 75, a Murder of Crows, which is kind of funny because that's what I believe a flock of crows is actually called a murder of crows. That's kind of awesome. I love that. Summons a flock of crows to attack your target over the next 30 seconds. If used on a target below 20% health, the cooldown is reduced to 60 seconds. Has a 2-minute cooldown. That's kind of cool sounding. Dire Beast summons a powerful wild beast to attack your target for 15 seconds. Each time the beast deals damage, you will gain 5 focus. And then Lynx Rush. Your pet rapidly charges from target to target, attacking 9 times over 4 seconds, dealing its normal attack damage to each target. The pet must be within 10 yards of the target to Lynx Rush. That's kind of interesting, but not something I can do right away. Or not really. That's good if you're out in the field, but if you're fighting, say, a boss, it doesn't really work. So last but not least, what I can't select yet, which is level 90, because to be honest, I'm not worrying about leveling. I have 5 or 6 tunes that are level 80, and they need to get to 85 as quick as they can, so I'm not spoiling my... And I kind of want to see the zones and whatnot. So I don't have any level... Or they're 85, I don't have... You know what I mean. I'm not rushing the leveling in the beta. Now, for level 90, Glaive Toss, you hurl 2 glaives toward a target, each dealing 673.50 damage to each target, to each enemy struck, and reducing movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. The primary target will take 8 times as much damage from each strike. The glaives will return back to you, damaging and ensnaring targets again as they return. Power Shot. You wind up a powerful shot which deals 400% weapon damage to the target and 100% weapon damage to all enemies in between you and the target. Enemies hit by Power Shot are also knocked back. And then last but not least, Barrage. Rapidly fire a spray of shots forward for 2.81 seconds, dealing the total of 320% weapon damage to the enemy target and an average of 80% weapon damage to each other enemy target in front of you. So there we have it. Those are your talents for hunters. So now we're going to take a quick look at the glyphs. Starting right at the top with the major glyphs, Animal Bond. While your pet is active, all healing done to you and your pet is increased by 10%. Black Ice. While moving through the area affected by your ice trap, you gain 50% movement speed. Camouflage. Your camouflage ability now provides stealth even while moving, but your movement speed will, while camouflage is active, is reduced by 50%. Chimera Shot, which is for marksmen, increases the healing you receive from Chimera Shot by an additional 2% of your maximum health. Deterrence increases the damage reduction granted by deterrence by 20%. Disengage increases the distance you travel when you disengage. Distracting Shot. Your Distracting Shot now distracts the target to attack your pet instead of you. Endless Wrath, which is for Beastmaster. While Bestial Wrath is active, your pet cannot be killed but can still be damaged. Explosive Trap. Your Explosive Trap no longer deals damage, instead knocking enemies back from the trap when it explodes. Freezing Trap. When your Freezing Trap breaks, the victim's movement speed is reduced by 70% for 4 seconds. Ice Trap increases the radius of the effect from your Ice Trap by 2 yards. Ice Solace. Your Freezing Trap also removes all damage over time effects from the target. Marked for Death. Your Arcane Shot, Chimera Shot, Kill Command, and Explosive Shot abilities automatically apply Hunter's Mark, which is kind of cool. Master's Call increases the duration of your Master's Call by 4 seconds. Men Pet gives your Men Pet ability a 50% chance of cleansing 1 curse, disease, magic, or poison effect from your pet each tick. And then Mending increases the total amount of healing done by your Men Pet ability by 60%, which is also a good one. Mirrored Blades. When attacked by a spell while in deterrence, you have a 100% chance to reflect it back at the attacker. Misdirection. When you use misdirection on your pet, the cooldown on your misdirection is reset. Again, nice one if you're out there on your own. And speaking as someone who's gone out and used his pet to be the tank, using misdirection definitely is majorly awesome when it comes to misdirection. Right onto the pet. There, go deal with him. I want nothing to do with you beating me in the face. Thank you very much. Alright, moving on to No Escape. Increases the ranged critical strike chances of all your attacks on targets affected by your freezing trap by 6%. Pathfighting increases the speed bonus of your aspect of the cheetah and aspect of the pack by 8% and increases your speed while mounted by 10%. The mounted movement speed increase does not stack with other effects. Scattershot increases the range of Scattershot by 3 yards. Glyph of Scattering. Your Scattershot also removes all damage over time effects from the target. Snake Trap. Snakes from your Snake Trap take 90% reduced damage from area of effect attacks. And the final one, Tranquilizing Shot. Your Tranquilizing Shot no longer costs focus, but has a 10-second cooldown. So there you go. Those are your major glyphs. I'm not really going to be looking at putting any of them in, but we're going to go ahead and look at the minor glyphs, which are the ones that are actually more fun to play with. So Aspect of the Beast teaches you the ability Aspect of the Beast. Beep. The hunter takes on the aspects of a beast, becoming untrackable. Only one aspect can be active at a time. I do remember that. I don't know if it's still on the bar here, down here, on live. I'd have to check and look, but yeah, that's kind of cool. That if they're bringing it, if they removed it and they're bringing it back, cool. If they are just making it a glyph, eh. Glyph of the Cheetah. Your aspect of the cheetah no longer causes you to be dazed when struck. Instead, the effect is cancelled and all your aspects are placed on a 4-second cooldown. Which is nice if you're rushing to get over to an enemy and then next thing you know, boom, you're down, but you have to wait 4 seconds before you can apply another one. Yes, Bowser, I know. Aspect of the Pack increases the range of your Aspect of the Pack by 15 yards. And then Aspects. Each time you activate a new aspect, an animal companion representing that aspect will follow you for 15 seconds. You know what? I'm going to put that one in. I want to see what that looks like. Direction causes your misdirection target to appear larger. Fetch teaches you the ability Fetch. Command your pet to retrieve the items on a nearby corpse. I'm actually going to show you that. That's one that's everybody is like, ooh, what's that all about? Fireworks teaches you the ability Fireworks. Launch fireworks from your gun, bow, or crossbow. Lesser Proportion slightly reduces the size of your pet. I'll look at that in a moment. Your Hunter's Mark ability now places a bullseye on your target instead of its usual visual. Revive Pet reduces the pushback suffered from damaging attacks while casting Revive Pet by 100%. Stampede. Your Stampede no longer summons pets from your stable and instead causes copies of your current pet, which is kind of interesting. And then Tame Beast reduces the time required to complete Tame Beast by 4 seconds, which can be very, very handy. So you know what? We're gonna do two things. We're gonna look at Lesser Proportion. Yeah, he kind of got a little bit smaller, but not really that you could tell. Yeah, so I'd like to remove it. Now we're going to go and check out 3 things. First and foremost, we're going to mount up onto my Headless Horseman mount, and we're going to fly off into the sun. We're going to go do 2 things. First and foremost, we are going to go find, I don't care, going to go find a mob to kill. It's going to be a real easy one. Really simple. I'm not going to spend all day trying to find one. We're just going to go out to the main area here, right outside, and look, I found some pigs. Alright, so first and foremost, Bowser, are you with me? Yes, he is. Awesome. Alright, so first, we want to see what Hunter's Mark now looks like. Well, that doesn't look like a bullseye. I mean, unless I'm looking at it wrong. Let's see. It's the same thing. Maybe it's not implemented yet. Oh well. Well, first and foremost, so let's see. What's the next one that I was going to show? Oh yes, the aspects. So you summon a hawk, you get a hawk owl. Aspect of the fox brings over a fox as the hawk owl dies. Aspect of the cheetah brings a tabby cat. And then that one brings a silver tabby cat. Alright. There we go. Where is he? There he is. We're just going to do a simple little thing. He's dead. No. Bowser, go and fetch. And there you go. There you have it. He brings it right to you. Now I wonder, because I don't know if I don't have auto loot on. So I'm going to kill this guy. No. Bowser, go fetch. Will you bring it right to me? And then I auto loot like that. Look at that. That is freaking awesome. I love that. And yes, I do have running wild. it's Bork. It's hilarious. But here. I have learned running wild. It's a racial. Amazing. I can be like the Worgen. You can hear the sound effect. It doesn't work. It's funny though. You learn it. Alright guys, so there you go. That is the glyphs, specializations, and the talents for the Hunter in the current beta. I'll see you guys next time.